Hey guys, in this video I want to talk to you about something very important, which is to do with human trafficking. This is a huge problem that's going on in the world, and we tend to think that, the government and police, they have everything under control, but the reality is that it's not exactly always the case, and I don't want to generalize, but the reality is that there are places that are corrupt. There are places that are actually supporting this. There are all kinds of stories out there, and also, this whole thing is so huge that so many people are involved in this, and it's unfair to the people who are, victims of this, the people who are trafficked. And it's also, unfair. I mean, these businesses, they make incredible amounts of money on human suffering, and it's just horrible if we think about it. But truth is that we all can end this as a humanity. We can all help end this problem and not just wait for the governments and officers, police officers to end this. So the way we can help is just to know the signs, like to know how to spot when people are being trafficked, right? Because they have to move from place to place, right? They don't just end. I mean, they don't just appear, right, in the location where they are forced to do whatever they're forced to do. So we can spot them, by their behavior or by the way they look. So a lot of the time you will see that they will have this predator with them, and the victims, people who are trafficked, they will look like they are, not free. They don't move freely, right? Just by their body language, you will spot that there's something off. And they will probably not even speak much. They will be quiet, and there will be this one predator that's doing the talk. Or, if someone is just too bossy with someone, being just obviously rude, we just have to pay attention to these things. And, a lot of the time, the victims, they don't have a voice, and they're actually scared. They are being threatened in all kinds of ways. So a lot of the time, they will even lie and say, like, no, everything's okay, because they're told to do so, obviously. But we can look past that. We can see the signs, and it does not hurt to be careful, right? To be on the safe side and to report that, so that they are checked just in case. Because what if it's, the actual case, but we just believe the lies that they would tell us? This is actually an example from my own life, because there was a time when I traveled to this different country with a group of people, and I was under age 18. I mean, I was 17 years old. But it was like nothing like that, right? There were people I knew, and we were actually traveling because we had a certain event that we were attending in that country. But what happened, I was 17, and the officer at the airport literally asked me, did I come there, by choice, right? So he was literally referring, like, was I made to come there, to work or something like that? And I was actually surprised. And I said, like, yeah, I mean, we just came for an event, and, like, these are, people I know and things like that. And he would still ask us all to just stay there, and we had a conversation, all of us. And then only when they saw that, yes, there's no big problem, these are the people that I know, because everyone else was older. Like, I was the youngest person there. So I was surprised, but at the same time, I felt like, wow, these people are really doing their job, you know, and it's wonderful that they double check this anyway, you know, because you never know. And so, you know, this person was actually trained and he worked at the airport, but like personally myself, I would never even think about this. And that's the thing, people don't know about this. Like, people don't think about this enough. And this is why partially, you know, this is going on, because if we can notice this, then we can help to prevent this, all of us together, right? So we can always look for these signs, right? If there's like some predator, right? The person who is, you know, in charge of, well, literally selling these people, right? Trafficking these people. And yeah, if someone is being rude or someone is too controlling, right? Someone's very manipulative and just not acting in the right way. That's like huge signs that there's something wrong with these people. Also, a lot of the time, I suppose we could find these people around places like hotels. Not necessarily, but especially if it is around hotel, then, you know, it's definitely human trafficking that may be taking place. Also, other signs, I would say that there would be like an age difference. Maybe not necessarily, but I would imagine there would be an age difference. There would be some kind of, because this person who is in charge is supposed to be dominating, and a lot of the time it's done on a psychological level. So even age difference would play a role there. Things you could just spot as a, you know, if you're just passing by and you see someone behaving in this strange way around someone, and it can be a few people with this predator, it could be only one person. So, you know, just noticing behavior is actually, you know, could play a huge role. Just paying attention, you know, just caring about each other and not dismissing, you know, some people like that. Also, I mean, this is probably something that you cannot just go and check, but if you are in a position, then you would always notice that there's just one person in control of all the belongings, like especially like money or documents, right? Passports, because these people, they literally take the documents of the victims so that they don't run away, right? They have nowhere to go. Also, if it's a hotel, then they will very likely be driven to the hotel by car, right? So if you see someone getting out of the car and also being spoken in a bad manner, that's already a sign that, you know, this kind of thing is taking place. So any kind of suspicious behavior could already mean that the person is trafficked. Sometimes it can happen that the victim will refer to the pimp, right? The person in charge as like boyfriend, because a lot of the time it's done on a manipulation. So a lot of the time victims may not even understand what exactly is going on. There are so many different cases, but truth is that all of them are suffering and all of them don't know how to get out of it. A lot of the time they will probably be just too scared to tell you the truth of what's going on, and for a lot of people it can also be even a shameful thing, you know, to speak up. So just us being vigilant and paying attention to the surroundings and to other people, to their suffering, not being ignorant, right? because the enemy wants us to sort of be separate and not to care about others. And like, you know, there's so many stories when there's someone suffering on the street and so many people would just pass by and do nothing, and that's actually a horrible thing, because we need to help each other, and only all of us can really do something about this and make this world a better place, right? If we want to change, we have to start with ourselves, and we need to help these people, because if we don't do this, then this is never going to end. And you know, it's a corrupt thing, you know, it's not a secret. There's horrible news about politicians trafficking humans. So how can we expect the government to do the thing if there's politicians involved in it? I'm not saying that all people in the government are corrupt, but I'm definitely saying that there are people that are corrupt, and it's only the ones that care. It's only us, if we care about this place and people and humanity, and if we want to see the change, then we need to do something. And just literally paying attention to each other and just being more helpful and kind to each other would actually make a huge difference. You know, personally, even myself, I didn't think too much about this, but yeah, you know, we need to be more vigilant, right? We can easily spot these things. Actually, I believe would be quite easy to spot, because you know, people are not like actors, right? They cannot pretend that you know, they're happy. A lot of the time they will be threatened and feared, and we can just spot this so easily. And even if we're not sure, it's better to double check just in case, rather than just think, no, it's nothing, you know, like that. And if it was actually the case when someone is being enslaved. So yeah, I hope you get the message from this video. Please don't stay ignorant. We can do this together. You know, if not us, then who is gonna do it, right? So yeah, I guess this is what I wanted to share in this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.